Welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 NFL football Prizm top football cards in this set. Obviously it's been out now for a few months and the market's pretty much set itself. So let's go through the top 10 values as of the end of July. Starting out at number 10, we have Joe Burrow Red Ice. The most recent sale of was $167.50, but 3 months ago. So this is a 90-day compare from where it was, say, back in the beginning of May. This card was at $125, so a pretty big increase of 34% or $42.50. And over the last 14 days, though, however, just about $196. So a little bit down from that. So let's take a look at the trends. You can kind of tell. But again, this one's kind of all over, but I would say overall, right, it's above the average line. So most of the sales have been over 200. It just so happens this last one was down a little bit in the 180 range. But yeah, overall, it's usually up. That's why you can kind of see the trend line slightly trending up. And so that one's looking good. So at number 9, we have Justin Herbert Green Prizm. So this one had a last sale of $182, which is pretty much the only sale in the last 14 days. So this one, not a whole lot of volume on these sales over the last 3 months. Overall, down about $42 where it was 3 months ago at $225. And if we look at the trends on this one, you can see, pretty spotty as far as the number of sales that have taken place. Down quite a bit. It looks like I cut off the dollars here, but from the 200 range, right where it was back in May, to where it is today, it's been pretty consistent. The last handful of sales is where it's been, but yeah, overall down for the Justin Herbert Green Prizm. Moving on to number 8, we have Justin Herbert's Disco. So this one had about 44 sales over that time frame. The last sale being just under $200 at $199.50, down about 13% from beginning of May at $229, but up about $15 over the average of the last 14 days. And if we take a look at the trend, you can see the last 3 or 4 sales here at the end of July were right about the same mark. The one down below it kind of offset a little bit, probably with the 160, 170 range. Had multiple sales at the beginning and middle of July, about 150, which drew the average down for the 14 days. But you can see the majority of sales were above the trend line, right about that $200 mark. Coming in at number 7, we've got Joe Burrow Prizm Disco. So this one also had about 29 sales over that time frame. The last sale about $218.67. So this one's up just under 9%, $17 from where it was in the beginning of May, and up again over the last 14 days average. So we look at the trend, right? Overall, the trend's been pretty consistent. You can see like over the last 14 days, it's been right around the 190-ish mark. The really one outlier right here, it looks like in the middle of June, 14th or so, over $400. So that's an insane sale. So kudos to whoever was able to sell that card for that much. But again, this one's been right about the 190-ish mark. Number 6, we got Joe Burrow's Prizm Silver, $230 average for the last sale, $304 over the last 14 days. So this card is significantly down, especially from where it was back in May. Let's take a look and see what the trend looks like. So at the last sale, for sure, the $230 sale definitely is below the trend, definitely below where it's been, even from the prior sales. So this might be an anomaly. We come back and check this in a couple weeks. This may be up, but overall, right, from where it was, again, beginning of May, down quite a bit. Still good value, though. Number 5, we have Joe Burrow's Light Blue. So this one doesn't, again, not a whole lot of sales on any of the light blue cards. If you've I've done some research on these, and there are just not many of them. So definitely a low pop overall, which is good. Last sale for $300. The original sale back in May was $200, but no sales in the 14 days outside of the $300 one. So let's take a look at the trend. So basically, yeah, no sales last 14 days. The last sale was back in the beginning of July. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a sale at all coming up. If this card goes for sale, what it goes for. So if you got one, this might be one of those ones. And the other thing too is, right, a lot of these cards may be have been graded, so there's not a whole lot of raw cards available. Number 4, we have Justin Herbert's pink. So this one's down, is slightly down, but this one's been relatively consistent. But again, not a whole lot of sold. So just about $310. Again, only sale in the last 14 days. $315 at the beginning of May. And you can see basically, it was basically these two sales, or there's maybe multiple in here, but really these just 2 data points. So not a whole lot to go on in this one. Again, this one's pretty rare, at least from a sales standpoint on eBay. So we'll see if any of these come back up for sale at any other point in time, what they go for. Justin Herbert's Red Ice is in at number 3. I love the ice cards. These are pretty spectacular. This one's up significantly. Again, $335 the last sale, especially over the average of 14-day average of $287, and it's up from the $251 back in May, up 33%, $84. Again, couple of outliers here at just under 180 on the graph here back in mid-July, but it definitely does more sales up above the 270 mark than it is below. So this card's, I think, definitely more on the trending up than it is on down. And at number 2, we have Justin Herbert's Prizm Silver. So this one's got quite a few sales, a count of 32, $405. The last sale over the 14 days, $460. So this one's down significantly from where it was in May, almost $1,000. So when we look at the trend, we'll see how much of an outlier that really was. But again, a lot of these cards were trending really high when this product first hit the market. So down almost 56%, $500, pretty much over half. And we look at the trend, right? You can see almost $1,000 back in May. It's going to be down there. Not that it was going to carry it forward that much, but you can see it really floated the $500 mark since mid-May. Some outliers, right? So if you can get this card again between around $250, $300, really good deal, because I think this thing's going to flatline once we hit the season. Last couple sales, right, have trended up right at the $500 mark and $400. So, and at number 1, as you guessed, Justin Herbert, the light blue. Like I said, these do not sell. There's not a whole lot of these cards. Really, the only data point to go on is the one sale that took place, $450, and that was at the beginning of July. So yeah, there you have it, right? So this one's a little tough because it's kind of an outlier. It only has the one sale. If you come across any of these, definitely be interested to see what it's going for at auction, or if there's any auctions on eBay or buy nows. I did not look to see if there is any currently available, so we will have to wait and see on the next one if anything has changed. So if you like the content, smash like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for our next videos. We'll have more of these coming out over the next couple of weeks. We'll just kind of keep track of these cards, and as new products come out, we'll be monitoring those a little bit really closely to see the value of our cards and how well they go, and when there might be a good time to at what price to potentially pick some of these up and potentially make a sale. So again, hit subscribe, appreciate it, and we'll talk to everybody in the next one. Peace.